My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that has probably been missing for a while. This could be a cold case situation. This could be someone who has recently been not responding, but we have a clue found near a motel that kind of puts people at least a little bit at ease, feeling like there could be some misunderstanding here. There are some people who are concerned that this person has passed away. I don't think this is going to be a reading for everyone, so please keep that in mind. It could be something that ends up being in the news, but I do feel like this is a more specific case. And we have information that initially looks like it could be bad, but it ends up making it clear that someone's okay. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchanten. We need a little bit more. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. We do have a members only live stream on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central for those that are in the stars or the towers. Hey Jonathan, how you doing? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. All right, let's see what else we get. I'm gonna go with the OG, the Rider-Waite or the Waite-Smith. What else do we have regarding this motel situation? Yeah, I feel like there's someone who has a lot of concern for a person they care about because they've not heard from this person. That lack of communication, or perhaps even someone who's not following through on their responsibilities, such as showing up at work, has at least one person, if not a group of people, that are concerned and wondering what has changed or what's really going on. And they also have their suspicions around a particular individual who has a reputation for being dishonest and being a bit selfish or self-absorbed, as perhaps someone who knows what's going on. Hello, Third Eye. How you doing? Thank you. Hello, Outlaw. What's up, Rachel? Oh, well, I hope you have a real easy week coming up, Jonathan. So we've got the Two of Wands. Interesting. I say interesting because the Two of Wands is clarifying the Road card. And not only are there like visual similarities because of the two yellow lines and the two wands, but the Two of Wands is also a card that talks about plans. It could be literally like travel plans, or somebody whose intentions are clear. But I think we've got someone who had mentioned something they were planning or talked about something they wanted to do, and it makes them look more likely to be the problem. I do feel like what they would have been talking about is travel, moving away, running away, that kind of thing. Hello, Max. How are you doing? Hello, Kristen. Yes. Doing well, thank you. Did you get outside? We got Four of Swords in the reverse, Three of Wands in the reverse, and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. So this feels to me like someone who is unexpectedly not where they're normally, not showing up to work like I said earlier, or someone who maybe misses an appointment. With the Four of Swords in the reverse, this could be like you didn't show up to the dentist appointment that you had, or, you know, I know you always go to the gym for this particular thing, you weren't there. There's a routine that has been disrupted. Likewise. Hello, Juan, how are you doing? We've got the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, the Two of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. Yeah, I think we have somebody who has been talking about a relationship or a partner, and that person is being looked at as like a suspect, or at least like the close, like family members or friends, would be looking at this person like, you got to know what's going on. Like they were planning to visit you, or they were already there with you. There's something here about like, this is the person that has more information. This is the Energy Oracle. Thank you, Rachel. Well, we got the Thinking Man and Appreciation. Really? And Angel of Love. So there could be people who are kind of overreacting and thinking that something has happened to this person, when in reality, it's kind of coming through as they've just decided they didn't want to be around this group of people anymore, and they up and left, probably because they're in love with someone. So I don't see that this like person who they're mad at is actually like guilty of that. They're definitely making a mountain out of a molehill, or expecting things to be in a worse situation than they really are. This is the Black Tarot. Hello, Kevin. How are you doing? What else do we have? Justice. Queen of Wands and the Hanged Man in the reverse. I think this is somebody who is leaving and intentionally trying to get someone to be scared, or not really. Maybe it's just like the absence of caring. You've upset me, or, you know, we've had a disagreement. So I'm going to up and leave and not give you any answers. And you can just kind of like sit with that. And I'm not going to let you know what's really going on. So I don't know that I necessarily see that there's like involvement of like law enforcement, for example. I feel like this is just a family who's like trying to figure out what is going on, because they are not getting any communication back from this person. And there's other things that make it seem like they're no longer where they used to be. And they're assuming the worst of someone else, when it feels to me like they've just not been given information about the person they're worried about. Like they may have chosen to go no contact with their family and friends. Knight of Spheres or Knight of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. It's like I get this offer, or there's this opportunity to jump ship or go elsewhere. And, you know, if it's a cheaper ticket, or if I find a really good deal on a living situation, then I'm out of here. But they don't seem to be too concerned about whether or not the people who care about them know what's going on. They just leave. Hello, Spot of Tea. I don't have an Ace of Clubs. Well, maybe in the Lenormands. Hello, Erkin. How you doing? What else do we have? Ace of Spears or Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and the Star. I think this is someone who's saying, I've got a chance to go get started on a new chapter. I've got an opportunity to go live with somebody that I love, or have an opportunity to move to a place that I've wanted to move to in a while, and I'm just gonna go like up and do it. And they don't tell anybody where they're going, and people are concerned that something has happened to them. But they're deliberately leaving their friends or family or the people that they were dealing with previously in the dark. We have the Nine of Spears, which is the Nine of Pentacles in this deck, and the Three of Wands. I'm just going to go do what I want, and I don't feel like I need to tell you what I'm doing. You all feel like I was still stuck in planning mode, or I hadn't made a decision, but I made a decision and then I just like followed through with it immediately. They don't feel like they need to tell anyone what's going on, and as a result, we've got concerned parties trying to figure out, like, are you okay? Has something happened to you? Yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell everybody your plans, you know? All right, let's see. This is the Gypsy Oracle. Hey, Johnny, how are you doing? What else do we have? Child. Falseness in the reverse. Thief. I think we have somebody who is wanting to start a family or may even be with child, not wanting to deal with the same individuals that they've been dealing with. I'm just going to up and leave. I'm going to go elsewhere because I know if I stay here, the child that I need to raise or the life that I want to start, because this could be talking about a new beginning, right? Does not have to actually be a child, but I do think for several people where this would resonate, it's somebody who's making a big change because they are wanting to have that life that they envision for their child. It could even be this is somebody who's leaving just because they are pregnant, that they're not going to somebody that they're in love with, but rather they love their child enough to get them out of this situation. But I do feel like they're aware that they have untrustworthy people around them, and that could be why they don't want to tell anybody what's going on. I don't think they've told anyone that they're planning this or that if they are expecting a child, that has taken place. But they have this journey in mind, they have this escape planned, and they don't tell anyone. All right, so let's get a few more from the Tarot of the Cat people. Oh, that's a long time for that. Always fine. That's good. I'm pretty well, thank you. Or pretty good. 10 of Swords in the reverse. Ace of Swords in the reverse. Temperance. A diversion tactic, eh? Wow, okay. So remember at the beginning I was saying that it's like there's this person or this group of people who feel like something may have happened to the individual that we're reading about. We're going to call them the Nine of Pentacles. They did come out as the Queen of Wands as well. And we do also have Temperance, so there could be fire energy here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this is somebody who I think is letting people think that this is something that needs to be looked at, and then they're walking that way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a magician would make you look at something that had nothing to do with a trick while they did some sort of sleight of hand. This person's like saying, yeah, I'm going to move to Texas, and then they move to Alaska instead. Or I'm, going to throw a big party on Saturday night, and then Friday night they leave town. It's just like, I'm going to get you all focused on something else, and then you won't notice that I've left. Not until, I'm long gone. Hello, Egyptian Empress. How are you doing? Hello, Marco. The High Priestess. Moving in silence. Two of Cups in the reverse. Page of Cups. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So I'm willing to make a sacrifice, or there's something in my life that is no longer a priority, and I'm focused on getting into a different situation or making a major change in my life. So I'm getting everyone to look over here so they don't see what's happening. Because I feel like they want to get away from this person or this group of people. Like, what's that over there? And they dip. Hello, Chevalier. How you doing? We have Six of Cups. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Three of Swords. We've known each other for a long time, and there's never really been a reason to suspect that you would just orchestrate some sort of disappearing act. So this person who is missing, whoever is gone, they have no reason to suspect that there would be any trick involved here. They're just focusing on what they feel the most likely outcome is, or the most likely reason for this person not showing up or not being where they are, and nobody knowing what's going on. Yep, exactly. Did I say hello to Matt? Hello. Hello, Juliet. What's going on? Ten of Cups in the reverse, the Fool in the reverse, and Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I get the impression that people underestimate the Queen of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles energy does not need to be a woman. If we're talking about somebody who's pregnant, pretty good chance. But you know what I'm saying. There's still a possibility here that we have somebody who is moving because they have a partner who's pregnant, or is moving because they're just ready for this new existence and they know they can't do that where they currently are. But people look at them like they're not as smart as they really are. Maybe they're just not as quick to share all of their brilliant ideas. Look, sometimes the best thing is when people are underestimating it. Sometimes the best situation is for people who are manipulative to not take you seriously. Like, go ahead, give me the like C+ lie that you think is going to work on everybody else, because you don't know that I know what I'm talking about, right? We have the King of Pentacles here. I think this is how people view the Queen of Wands. Nine of Pentacles energy is you're stationary, you're stable, you've got responsibilities, or you're doing what people expect of you. And instead, they orchestrate some escape. And I think they do so successfully. I think they get where they want to be. Hello, Paul. How are you doing? What's up, Lotus? Hello, Joy. Joy, I believe I recognize your username. So, just going to caution you. Hello, Clive. How's it going? Let's bring some positivity to the live chat. This is A Gamer's Way. It's a plural. I think it's plural. We have fast travel. I told you. We don't always have time to stop and play around in photo mode. Some things require swift action. There might be a mission timer, or you just need to hit the hay. Whatever the reason is, it's happening with the quickness. So I find an opportunity to leave. I find an opportunity to get a different job, or move to the city where I want to be, or get away from people I don't want to hang out with anymore. And I'm gone, right? It's true. All right, so we've got game over. If you think about it, life is kind of like a series of mini games. You can't get too used to the way the game is played. Everything is temporary, including whatever the situation was. Let yourself be excited for what's next. Looking ahead towards that next chapter, realizing that the individuals they'd been dealing with, you're not invited to the next chapter. You're not invited to my birthday party. You don't need a forwarding address. Dialogue options. A good conversation is the result of good judgment. Being able to hold attention for both emotion and context leads to more positive outcomes for all involved. If you're facing a decision, you likely already know the best answer. And I think that's pretty true. This Nine of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands energy. This is somebody who realizes that they could be happy, or they could set up shop, or they could build that new life elsewhere, and they don't need to cling to what they currently have. So walking away seems to be what they're focused on, if they haven't already walked away. This is The Truth Is. Yeah, I thought so. I was a little harsher because I recognized the username. I'm pretty confident I've already made a joke about, like, joy in your username. Like, I don't see the joy. Nope, only see the petty. All right, so we've got forever and ever, marriage or long-term commitment. So I don't feel like I need to tell everybody where I'm leaving or where I'm headed. I don't feel like I need to, you know, tell you that I've decided to walk away, because I don't like any of you. I don't trust any of you. And you maybe don't even approve of the relationship that I want to be in. Maybe I'm walking away from family or friends because nobody likes the person I want to be with romantically. And I've decided it's because they're all a bunch of haters. Yeah, I do think we have somebody who's going to start a family. So if you don't approve, then maybe I just won't tell you what's going down. Because the family thinks that the love interest cannot be trusted. Their argument is they shouldn't be interested in this new love because they aren't committed. That this is like a player or somebody who's never really been that good at commitment. Hello, Asher. How are you doing? That's funny. This is the Tattoo Tarot. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh no. Sorry guys, I had to go way over there. The King of Cups in the reverse. And the Devil. I think there's someone here who's obsessive or controlling. So this could be, obviously it could be like a parent trying to control their adult child's decision-making with regards to love. Maybe they just don't approve. Maybe they're extremely negative-minded. This could be an ex that doesn't want to see someone move on to a new relationship. This could be any number of unhealthy attachments that cause someone to feel like they can tell you how to live your life, or tell your person how to live their life. Yeah, so we just have a disappearing act. Like, I can't trust you. I don't think you're respectful. especially if there's a child on the way. It's like, I don't want them to be around that kind of environment. I don't want them to be taught lessons from somebody who is, you know, not really approaching life the way that I want to. Maybe it took a long time for them to unlearn what they'd been taught from a very self-absorbed parent. Yeah. Or we could have somebody moving away because they're trying to co-parent with somebody who's quite toxic. But this disappearing act is intentional. It's, I don't want you to know where I'm going. I don't feel like you should know or deserve to know where I'm going. Yeah, I think this has to do with family. Yeah. I got to make sure that I have a safe place for the people that I love. And right now I feel like I'm surrounded by not so great energy, or right now I feel like I'm in too close proximity of somebody that is impulsive and combative. Hello, Brian. Hello, Kingly Eagle. How are you doing? Hello, Illuminati. What's up? Ace of Swords in the reverse and the Sun. I think what basically is the catalyst for somebody making this decision and saying, I'm done with you, I'm gone, I'm gonna go live my life elsewhere, is realizing that someone controlling, whoever this could be, a Capricorn, the devil energy, somebody who's very controlling, they lied about something. When it comes out, and it's probably to try to ruin the romantic connection. When that lie comes out, this King of Pentacles is like, okay, well, I guess I'll leave then. Why should I stay here and deal with somebody that I can't trust? I'd be much happier over there. I know that you're going to be upset with me, but I've already made my decision. I'm going to set up shop, find a new place to live, find a new place to work, perhaps, over there where you can't bother me. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to protect your energy. Sometimes people are unwilling to respect your boundaries or respect your ability to make your own choices. All right. Let's see. This is the romantic Lenormand. What else do we have? Hello, Raymond. How you doing? Well done, Rachel. Be respectful, third eye. No, Joey. Hello, Satya. I certainly hope you have many blessings this month. Hello, Shayla. What's going on? I'm doing well, thank you, Raymond. Yep. So this is all about creating a home, a family home. And that new home, I think, is a relatively new family. Perhaps a pair or, you know, a strange combo for some, but there's judgment that seems to be overly harsh or controlling, that someone is saying, yeah, that's fine, you've got your opinion, I've got mine. The weird thing is, it's my life, so my opinion actually matters more than yours. Weird how that works. So, you know, I respectfully disagree with you, and I'm gonna go over there and do the thing that I want to do. Sorry. What else? Oh, I love that. The bouquet. Remember we had this Angel of Love and Appreciation duo that came out from the Energy Oracle. This is saying, look, I can clearly tell that this is not a respectful, loving connection, because I have love over there with that person, and they know how to respect me, they know how to talk to me, they know how to allow me to make my own decisions. So you can tell me that you're doing this or judging me because you care about me and you want me to be happy, But if that were actually true, then you would be supportive. So if you don't want to be supportive, then maybe I just up and go. Maybe I just go no contact. So we could have somebody who's making a big deal and crying about how somebody is missing, when in all reality, we've gone no contact. Thank you, Clive. I appreciate you. Do you have a question? Hello, Grandheart. How you doing? This is the Marseille Cat Tarot. What else? Knave or Page of Cups, which we did have earlier over here, I believe. The Six of Wands in the reverse and the King of Cups in the reverse. So you're so convinced that this offer that would make me happy is something that I should decline because you're controlling or possessive, or you see the worst in everyone, or you never really want to trust anyone. I'm not going to take your opinion on that and live my life according to that. You feel like it's going to fail, but I feel like this is my person. So agree to disagree, I guess, right? Hello, Kathleen. How are you doing? Oh, I don't need your date of birth. You can delete that. I've got it. And then just so you know, Clive, I finished the general reading first, and then I tackle the personal questions. And I would guess that'll happen pretty soon, actually, because we're already at 32 minutes. So I'll probably pull like 10 more cards or something, and then I'll do your question for you, okay? What else? Two of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles. The truth is, I don't care what you think about my love. The truth is, I'm going to go after this new beginning. I'm going to start this new chapter in my life, even if you don't like it, even if you feel like it's lame. That's all right, because I know what I want. But do I have to tell you where I'm going? Do I have to tell you what I'm doing? No. This is why I feel like it's just no contact, you know? I don't trust you. I don't want to tell you what I've got going on. So I'm just going to make these decisions, make these moves, and, you know, we'll figure it out eventually. Maybe someday I'll talk to you. This is the situations deck. Hey, Michael, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. What else? We have journal, writing, diary, keeping notes, past happen, history, and meeting. Two or more people, discussions, and planning. That's that Two of Wands energy. So look, if I'm honest with myself about what's been going on, there's too much that has happened. You haven't really wanted to like fix it or address the issues. This person likes to be very judgmental about the decisions made by other people. In particular, it could be an adult child or a best friend or sibling. Just to be controlling. I don't feel like this is based out of actual concern. And that's why there's this decision to go no contact. If you just don't want me to be happy, if you just, you know, have your opinions to prevent me from being in a relationship, then I guess I'll just like take my toys and go home, you know, like, okay, if that's how it is. But they can tell that there's like an act going on. You're just acting like you're offended. You're just pretending like you're looking out for me long term. The reality is maybe you're just an angry person. Maybe you just don't trust people. But I don't have to live my life the same way that you do. Because there have been signs here that this love is unconditional or is worth it. Right? Yeah, so there's this reconciliation or reunion between the lovers, even though there's someone who doesn't really approve of them. It's like they're looking at it like, all right, that's fine. And the last card I pull is the Twin Flames card. This doesn't mean it has got to be a twin flame situation for everyone that the reading resonated for, but quite often the twin flame dynamic is one of disapproving energy. A lot of people who don't think the two of you belong together for whatever reason. So that would make sense. Does not have to apply to everyone. All right, let's see what we've got for Clive and pull a few cards. Oh, thank you, Michael. Hello, Jasmine. What's going on? Who are you talking to, Third Eye? All right, what do we have for Clive, please? Clive, we have Temperance. Six of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. So there's something going on with regards to, it looks like a workplace community or your small group of friends, but with it being Six of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, it makes it more likely that there's some tie to money or stability. But there's something here that is changing for the better. Someone who has been ignoring what has caused problems is being honest with themselves finally about what needs to change. So this could be someone who's been really moody and withdrawn or argumentative, someone who's been maybe really not pulling their weight at work or blaming everyone else. This is somebody who's like actually looking within and accepting, you know what, I need to do this or I could do this better. So I do think there's an improvement. It's like the environment, the work environment is improved, or perhaps this is about your domestic situation, that improves. So it's like easier to deal with things because you're not always wondering if somebody's gonna be unreasonable. There's a new beginning after a sense of being frustrated with this group or with this, in particular, one individual who's not doing their things. Not, you know, carrying their weight, if you will. Hello, AJ. Thank you. Hello, Christy. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. That's very sweet of you. Hello, Grindhard. I'm going to write down just to make sure I don't miss any. I love how you call her that. Talking good about me now. And oh, I think I did see that a while back. I mean, that sadly, that is a little bit too common, right? Where people that are supposed to be your friend get a little bit jealous when things go well. And does she love the way you treat her? All right. Let's dive in. So we've got, is she talking about me? Good. Let's go with the pause tarot. Is she talking positively? Oh, thank you, Michael. Is she talking positively? Is future wifey Micah talking positively about Grindhard today? Yes, look at that with the Queen of Wands. I love it. And we've got the Six of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's something that you did to help her out, or something that, it could even be as simple as you helped her gain a fresh perspective in the situation. But there's something positive here about you. Like, yeah, things have been difficult, but I've got this going on and I'm really enjoying getting to know him, that kind of thing. So there is like a sweet something here. And then sounds like there might be a jealous friend. What's going on in terms of a friend that may be jealous of Micah and Grind Hard? King of Swords in the reverse. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Three of Swords and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Wow. Okay, so that's a lot of air energy. This person could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. This is somebody who is still heartbroken or feels rejected or abandoned from a previous connection. This has jaded their perception of love in general, as well as made them feel like they have to like kind of lash out at others, unfortunately. So I do feel like this is someone who speaks negatively about you, but like it doesn't even matter if it's you. They just talk negatively about probably everyone, maybe specifically of your gender. Let me just ask though, is Micah aware that this person is jealous? Yes. I feel like this has happened before, and it is starting to kind of get aggravating. Does she love the way that Grind Hard treats her? Yes. She's not used to this. This is not how other people have treated her. So I feel like there's, what I'm drawn to really quick is, or a lot, is the, oh gosh. Don't tell me what his name is. You know, the guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? The guy who taught all the dudes how to fight? Oh my God, you guys. It's like, it's right there. Okay, what I'm trying to say is you're the boss, okay? Thank you, Splinter. Damn it. I was like, I know it's an S. You're Splinter. Grindheart, I hope you know what that means, because not everybody can appreciate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I have like, I think 2 shirts with that. So like, you know, I feel like I've let you down by not remembering Splinter's name. But basically, you put everybody else to shame. Like they would have to learn from you. You know? So this is looking good. I feel like your patience is paying off. Continue to make sure that you're checking in with regards to cadence or pacing. Make sure you're not rushing. But I do feel like your approach is like refreshingly honest. And that is helpful. It's like she's putting down her guard in a good way, right? All right, so I missed a tip in there. Clive, let me know if you have another question. Ah, okay. They might... I don't know. Is border what you were trying to say? Oh. Okay. Do you mean order? Okay. So what is around the corner for Clive with regards to his work? Is there going to be a major obstacle? I see the Fool and the 7 of Wands as something here that is going to make everything work. The way I'm seeing it is this adorable dude is bringing over a piece of wood so that this guy can have a bridge to get where he needs to be. So it may look like there's no way for you to get what you want or to achieve what you're working towards. And then someone shows up with the perfect tool or the perfect way to navigate that conflict or obstacle. So even though you may be tempted to view it as a loss, hold off on making that decision or really like letting go of that, because there could be something here that enables you to satisfy what you need to, but still be able to approach what you want. I have the 3 of Cups in the reverse. 5 of Swords in the reverse. You might have some mixed reviews from people in terms of your determination to follow a particular path. You're going to have some fans or supporters, and you're going to have some people who are not about it. Don't let anybody get you off your path. If that's what you're supposed to do, obviously you got to do right by your health. But I do feel like there's a hater. I do feel like there's somebody who's going to try to tell you you shouldn't be doing this. And it's for their own selfish reasons, even as they're trying to tell you that they're just trying to look out for you, right? So we have this 10 of Cups, which tells me that things will work out in the end. In fact, I love this because it's got like the rainbow of colors. So I perk up when people talk about painting because I love paint. In fact, I have probably still got a little bit of oil paint on me at some point here. I don't always get under the fingernails. But I definitely think there's a way forward for you. You just have to be willing to be patient and look for the right path. So I hope that goes well for you. All right, I'm going to leave it there, y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you, Michael, for sharing some memberships with folks. That's very kind of you. And thank you for liking and subscribing. And I will see you on the